What is your thoughts going into this moment and this game in light of Willie's passing?
So surreal. I mean, we knew coming in here to begin with what was being celebrated on this night, and the last couple of days have ratcheted up to incredible levels. So our guys are going to feel it. We kind of knew, coming in here that this was going to be pretty immense. But when you actually come here and you see what's going on, once we're out on this field, it's going to feel as significant as any game we played in quite some time.
Bob, we just saw that. We saw the moment you walked in. You kind of took it all in. What does Rickwood Field look like to you? It looks pristine to us. It's beautiful.
I played here for 2 full years as a home player in Double-A, so it even added significance for me. So I was looking so much forward to this, and now when you come in here, 40 years later or whatever it's been, and get to see this in its pristine state, it's tough to put into words.
Take me back to Bob Melvin in this yard where you're knocking walls down.
Over there in right center field, a little bit was kind of my sweet spot. That score, I'm glad that scoreboard's there, whatever that is up there right now, because there are probably a few buildings that were tarnished based on the fact that look, you spend a couple years in one place, you got a decision to make whether or not you want to keep going or not. But this is an incredible field for me.
Bob, you were born in Palo Alto. You're familiar with the area. What did Willie Mays mean to you?
He was baseball for me. So, I mean, my first days watching baseball were the Giants and Willie Mays. And he was one town over from me. And we used to ride our bikes over to his house.
Really?
And wait outside to see that pink Cadillac would say, hey, come out. And
did he chat with you and your friends?
Oh, he'd always wave and smile. And
that's great.
A really incredible experience.
We were talking to Brian Snitker yesterday, and we were talking about all his years in the Braves organization, when the game slowed down for him, what he learned over the years. What, if you could pinpoint one thing you would tell yourself 40 years ago, what would that be? What have you learned?
Look, for me with Willie, it was the joy in which he played. In a day and age of exit velos and launch angles and groove swings, and he was the most natural player that ever played the game. And I think that's really what resonates with me, and the joy that he had playing it. And, for this to be the first professional field that he played on, we're the Giants. Our guys are going to know about this before we go out there, but it was just the joy in which he played the game.
And you guys have kind of been peak valley a little bit throughout the year. Maybe this is a game that kind of galvanizes you and gets you going.
You'd think, right? Obviously we've had some injuries, we had some guys back, but the game's the season's going to stop for a night for us here when we get in this ballpark and see what everything that's going to transpire tonight.
And despite everything, all the challenges, you guys are still in the hunt.
Right.
You're still in the mix. I mean, that's got to be little comforting, right?
Yeah, we've talked about that some too. There's quite the pack, in the National League, and all it would take is a run or a good second half or whatever. It's almost like a horse race where you're kind of positioning yourself. But we do need to play a little bit more consistently. We played some good baseball, we played some bad baseball. It's going to take a better run for us.
Going into camp to now, Bob, who's surprised you in a good way?
Elliot Ramos.
We were just talking about him.
He was one of the first guys we sent out. And to think that he would be playing at this all-star type caliber that he's playing in right now is pretty amazing. And, confidence is an incredible drug. And, you look at all his metrics in the outfield and everything he's done in the past, it's off the charts right now. He's playing with a ton of confidence. He's got a lot of athleticism. And what he is as a player is coming out, and it is fantastic to watch.
I don't think people realize this. 1999 Arizona Fall League, Maryville Saguaros, your first managing gig.
Yeah.
I was on that.
Yeah, I know you were.
That's so good.
Yeah. You were my first big leaguer. You and Aubrey Huff on that team.
What was he like?
Huh?
What was he like?
He was. I'll tell you what. He was the easiest. He came in. He said, "You guys know what you need to do to get to the big leagues. I'm going to be here every day. The coaches are going to be here every day to help you in any way we can."
And I came in late too, because the season had not ended. I was a bench coach for the Brewers at the time, so I came into a group that already doing workouts and so forth, and looking at me like, "Who is this guy?" And that was my first managing gig. So D-Road plays a big part in my career.
Well, we appreciate you giving us a little bit of time. That is an amazing shirt that you got there. Enjoy tonight. Good luck tonight against the Cardinals. Thank you for spending a little time with us.
My pleasure.